Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Hopefully, have a drink because I need one. And it's almost the weekend. It's Friday Eve. It's weekend Eve. On your way in, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And we'll have our co-host introduce himself, and then we will get started.
What's going on, y'all? We back again. Friday Eve. Thank God it's been a week. It's a famous homie. You know what I'm saying? Sorry my voice is a little down, but make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, and pay attention.
Yeah, they should pay attention tonight because let me tell you. First, I will start with a little cute video. Let me show you what this little boy did. Let me show you. Y'all just play the lotto every day. Teens, play the lotto every day and hope your parent win because this working shit is for the birds.
They never lie.
Here we go.
Who's at my? Oh, hey, young man. What? Who?
Heidi ho! How are we doing? Avriel's dad, his father. Nice to meet you.
So you're the dad.
Yes, sir.
You here for a date with my daughter? I think. Yeah. How's
Oh, he's my son.
What's your intentions though? Is it love?
Do you love her? There you have it.
Well, far be it from me to be in between young love. I'm gonna need you to behave yourself though. All right. You gotta learn how to treat a lady.
You do a good job like Dad does for Mom.
Oh, there's a mom. Mom
Has dark hair. Yup.
Yeah.
I thought that was so super cute. Let me tell y'all something. If a boy would have showed up to my door like that, I probably would have made better choices in my life. I probably would have. I got pushed in the pool. That's what I got. We got our bra strap snapped. We got pushed and pulled.
Damn.
That was our love. So I learned how to fight boys. That's what I learned. Okay. I thought that was so cute. Because first of all, Dad is trying not to say, how are you this color and your son is this color? I thought that was so cute though.
Yeah,
Wouldn't love be grand if it could stay like that from beginning to end?
It's a dream. It's a dream.
I would like to say I had that for a lot of very many years. I did. Then you have to adult. I tell you. Some bullshit.
Bullshit.
So for paternity, tonight's show is a continuance of last week's shows and some questions that I have around paternity and sharing stories. So I have one question around the story for this girl that's suing her mom. And then the other story I have to read. So if you are watching this live, then you will see the video. A lot of YouTubers are saying things like, oh, like, share, subscribe. And then when you share it and make it a part of your content, then they give you a copyright. So I'll just have your shit taken out of my video. So if you're live, you'll see it. If not, we'll give an update and then move into the topic. So last video, might want to go watch it because I'm about to have that taken out. A couple of things taken out. Can't do it. Yeah. So here we go.
Aiken is in court in paternity woes caused by her mother. She sues her mother to court, saying her mother committed paternity fraud against her and her father. She says her world has been turned upside down when she recently discovered that one man's name is on her birth certificate and she grew up calling another man dad. Her mother, Miss Bonnie, says that she has committed no crime.
Miss Aiken, you say you've committed no crime and believe once the DNA results prove who you claim is your daughter's biological father, you want an apology. Is that correct?
Your Honor.
All right. Miss Aiken, explain to me how your mother committed...
Brittany reveals something strange to the court. She says a few years back, the man she called father called her and set her down to tell her that he might not be her father based on what her mother told him. Something that her mother still denies to this day, even denying it in court. But that claim might seem untrue when Brittany makes a revelation with her birth certificate.
Why did you go get a birth certificate?
To get his survivor's check, Your Honor.
Okay, so upon Mr. Jenkins' death, you were trying to collect benefits.
Yes.
And when you got your birth
The birth certificate doesn't tell the whole truth, but it gives birth to the investigation to find them. In this situation, Brittany went to get her birth certificate for the benefit of her dead father. And on her birth certificate lies the name of the man she doesn't know but heard of. I mean, confusion is an understatement for a situation like that. Well, here's the reason why.
I never seen him as in person.
But your last name is Aiken.
Yeah, that's confusing me too.
Why did you think your last name was Aiken and your father's last name was Jenkins?
Because my mama was married at the time.
Oh, so you're saying that
Her mother seems to be quite concerned that Mr. Aiken, the man who's on her birth certificate, is not her father. She says that they were separated at the time of her birth, and she is well aware of the time she was conceived.
beginning of November.
Yes, yes.
How do you know that was the date?
Because when me and him was having sex, Your Honor, I remember the bed broke down, and we kept on doing it.
You kept on doing it.
That's right. And
Well, that's quite a way to confirm conception.
So when I initially watched it, my initial question was, should a child be able to sue the mom? Because some of these the one man we watched last week, I watched so many of them before I pulled one. $32,000 the man owed. He didn't know if the child was his. He decided to say it wasn't, but that child support stuck. And when they found out in court that he was the dad, the child was grown, but he still owed that money. Why isn't the mom also held accountable? Why can't, because she's clearly still, like, I feel bad after hearing the second part, because she's clearly still, something is off. That was your answer that you gave to how you know the paternity of your child right in front of your child. That should be hurting. I don't see hurt either. So, should you be able to sue? Should the child be able to sue the mom?
I think absolutely they should be able to. I think it should be more something that's like mandated by the system, maybe mandated by the courts, because you could sue somebody, and if somebody broke, you ain't gonna get shit. You know,
Right.
you can't enforce the judgment. You can't garnish their wages or put a bank levy on
So
their.
you can garnish their wages. If you could garnish for child support, then you should be able to garnish for that too.
I mean, you should be able to, but can you? Can you actually?
No, it's not real. That's the question. Should you be able to do it?
Absolutely, yeah. And to answer that, yeah, I think so. I think you should be able. It should be mandated. It should be something that the state, the system mandates when things like that happen, because obviously she was being selfish and irresponsible in trying to hide her bullshit. You know, you can't. Let's just be real. We're all human beings. You know what I'm saying? We do stuff. We make mistakes. We do stuff
Right.
intentionally that ends up being bad things that we do. All of us. You know what I'm saying? But when it
Mhm.
comes to a child, that don't mean you should try to hide what you were doing at expense of the child being robbed of its real opportunity to know that side of the family. You know, no matter if you hate the father or the dude ain't no good. Yeah, sometimes that's the case. Sometimes the nigga ain't no good, but guess what? They got family over there, and it's unfair to rob the child of that and have them, in this case, you know, if I'm understanding correctly, trying to collect some insurance money, but not having the right name, like, and then you
So
can't.
it was technically 3. Did you hear the story? Okay, so it sounds like who she thought her father
Mhm.
wasn't her father, because when she thought her father that she didn't really know passed away, she immediately went and tried to collect benefits, but that's when she saw another name on there. But it sounds like her last name is different, And when the judge asked her about her last name, that then brought a third person talking about the wife's, the mom's husband. So it was between three men, it sounded like. Why the mom just standing there making a bad joke?
Making a bad joke. Like it's sitting up here, it's funny. We talking about this child's whole mental livelihood here. You know, she's making a joke out of it. And you know, gonna hold women accountable in this situation. Like, okay, you was getting your freak on with a couple of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? You was being young, wild, and free. And that's when it comes to a child, that's not cool, man. That's not cool to sit up here and do that and to want to hide behind it and then just pin a child on someone else, or you know, not let the child know who their real father. There's women that'll take that to their grave, like that won't admit, won't say shit. You know, I personally know motherfucker couple that took that shit to the grave and they never told the truth, and we all know who the truth was, but they never said it. So it's like, nigga,
like it wasn't shit.
Like it wasn't shit. You need to be sued and you need to be mandated to pay, you know, for that child. If you did that shit, hell yeah, they should absolutely be mandated to do that, in my opinion.
So I wonder, do men know that it is a such thing called paternity fraud? I don't know what that looks like, but there is a such thing called paternity fraud. But I just think that the child, once they're an adult, should be able to do their own things. Now, let me say on this one's part, it's very unfortunate that you could tell that this young lady wasn't raised well. She wasn't raised well because so you had the sense that when somebody passed away, you would go straight down there and try to get benefits, but you didn't ever think at any point to say, I want a paternity test so I can see who my dad is. She's raising a mini her to only care about money. You didn't technically want to know who your dad was, and you technically just want to sue your mom. You didn't even want to know.
Right. You just wanted to get that bread at all costs. It was from him. Now you realize you can't get that. So mama, I gotta get it from you. So you was concerned about the money. Seems to be just like your mom's, you know what I'm saying? That apple, orange, piece of fruit, whatever it was, didn't fall too far from the tree.
Mm-mm. And it looked like it's a man in the hallway. I think that's the man she was married to. I just don't see how all these grown adults allow a child to just grow up not knowing when it's easy to go just get what you need. I don't understand. That could solve a lot of problems. What if the person gets sick and they need something and you can't help them, delayed time, that the person dies, all because you were just so nonchalant throughout your whole life. You never decided to fix it.
Yep.
That shit is wild.
Yeah, they either walk around in oblivion or they blatantly you know, ignored or black that part of their life out. Like, nigga, like you have a whole kid out there, like even if it was a question mark on it, like you know, someone that I knew in the past, it's like I said last week, everyone knew that was that nigga's baby. And just because one DNA test said that it wasn't, it's like, bro, you can see with your own eyes, like that little nigga looked just like you. You need to go get a second and a third test just to make sure. It's like you let that one test and you were just like, whew, yes. They said it wasn't mine, so I'm relieved. And then 14, 15 years later, you find out the kid is yours. And you gotta feel fucking stupid because you didn't think twice about it and go get a second test on it to make sure. Like you just wanted to relieve yourself at that point. And to me, it's really fucking selfish. So yeah, those people need to be reprimanded, in my opinion.
It's very interesting because here's the first one is a story and then one I have to read the story. So there was a guy who got a girl pregnant. He asked the girl several times, is that my baby? She said no. She said no. She said no. She moved in California. She moved away to another state, got married, child got sick, found out the child wasn't her husband's. They break up. Now they've had a good life. The man took care of her, all of that. She then is like, it was only between two people, according to her. This is your baby. She was able, from the state she was in, to file for child support back to the date that the child was born.
Why would you even want to file child support? I mean,
That part.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
because his stupid butt didn't go take care of business, never showed up to court or nothing, it sticks. If you don't show up to court, things stick. Now he can't get a passport until he pays it. Now it is a real bill, but he didn't take care of it. So when do grown-ups grow up like that? Like, why wouldn't you do something? And to your point, why would she do that? You had you said it wasn't his, and you had somebody taking care of you. You had your life was fine. It's like you're taking it out on this person, but then should that child be able to sue you, and should that man be able to sue you for every dime he ever gave you to help you with that baby? Should you just pass him the money? Should that money just go to your ex-husband?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, shit.
Because why should she get it?
Right. Why should you get it? I mean, it's not even yours to begin with. So if that man stepped in and provided for that child, thinking that it was his child, and it's not his child, well, then that man needs to go ahead and be reimbursed, because that was not his child. Now, I'm sure, if there's a loving relationship between the man and the child, I'm sure the man feels some type of way. Oh, well, that's my kid anyway. I raised it, but still, like.
No, the man didn't ask for nothing. I'm just saying, if she's asking for money, then shouldn't it go to the person who? Yeah, he didn't ask for money.
Yeah.
In case anybody's listening that knows this story, he didn't ask for nothing.
Yeah, but he would have been well within his right to, if you know what I'm saying.
If she got money.
If she got money, like, he needs to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even belong to you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to go ahead and pass that to the side, because you're the one that, with all your deception and secrets, caused this situation. So, yeah, she need to go ahead and pass that bread.
I wonder it's another thing people don't think about when they file for child support and stuff like that. That man, if he's on his shit, could go and apply for visitation. And if they apply for visitation, sometimes a judge will make you move back.
Yeah. Facts.
People be out there doing shit, and they don't think about what could happen to them too, and if it's really worth it, because they're being vindictive. Because in that story, I don't see nothing other than you being vindictive. Because why do you need to go to this man for money? He didn't abandon the baby. He didn't know and not do something. So why do you just want to go get back child support just because you can? And why would the courts even allow the shit?
Right. Facts.
12 years of back child support. I think it was 11 or 12 years. It was like $18,000.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
That's who Sheeta needed to call when I was done beating her up.
That's crazy.
It wasn't little. It's 11 or 12.
That's a little bit of money. It looks like that's like about what, 11, 13, $1,400 a year. That's like $100 for 18 years.
No, it's not 18. When they found out, it was only 11 or 12 years.
Oh, okay. So then they got, and you said they got $18,000.
I think it was 18,000. I think that was the whole amount. 18,000, I think.
In 11 or 12 years, that's still a little bit of money. It seems like
a very little bit.
12, 1300.
But to do it in a lump sum, I'm sure it was based on a lump sum, because if you didn't get in contact with him, you don't know what he make, stuff like that. I wonder, is there some standard grid that says if you've gone this many years, you pay this? That's a little over $1,000 a year. I don't know.
A year, yeah.
But another situation where I feel like if it's going to be consequences, it should be to the woman too.
Yeah.
Because you are the only one who knows how many people touched your body.
Right.
You're the only one that knows the true head count. And in that particular case, you chose the one that was best for you And it really was best for you until it wasn't, because your mistruth caught up with you.
Right.
Because you knew, which is why you moved to a whole nother state and everything else. But this is the next one. Okay, so I gotta cut it. Oh, she could put her name. Okay, this person is, the woman Amelia is 26. I have a 5-year-old son. My ex-husband, 29, cheated on me with his co-worker Bethany, who's 28. I was 2 months pregnant with our second child when I found out Bethany was also going to have his child. I miscarried. My ex left the house to be with her. It's been 2 years since it was born. I'm guessing she's talking about his baby. My mother-in-law has been supportive of me and has nothing to do with my ex or his mistress or their child up until a few months ago. I'll stop right there. Watch who you have your kids by.
Jesus.
So her mother-in-law does not want anything to do with her own only son, the mistress, or the baby that was had, because he cheated on his wife and she loved the wife and he cheated on his wife.
I mean, I get the principle of, yes, you cheated
I
on your wife.
do.
I do. At the same time, after the dust settles, I feel that there's a cooling off period. It's something that just like in the situation we were talking about, in the wife being cheated on, and having the man having the baby out of the whatnot. It's going to take a while for that wife to warm up to that, and maybe never warm up to the fact that that's his son. But a cooling off period. But when the dust settles, I think that, at the end of the day, that's your blood right there. That's your grandchild. So at some point, you're going to have to, put those personal feelings aside and love that grandchild, because that child didn't ask to be made in those circumstances. And we can't put our own feelings over that. A lot of these times we got to mature up and be a grown person and eventually try to have some type of loving relationship with that child.
Okay. The next part is her in-laws and her parents are super close. The in-laws, oh yeah, all of them cut ties with the husband straight away. That lets me know she's not in this country. Bethany, the mistress, was jealous that her child would never know the love of grandparents. At least her son has a father. So he haven't had nothing to do with his wife or child. He left to strictly be with the mistress.
So he said, fuck his wife and his child.
The 5-year-old. Plus his wife had a whole miscarriage. So here's how the mother-in-law gets back at the son. My ex-husband was an only child, so he would get everything. But now my son will inherit her house, villa, and money. I will receive a large portion of her money and all of her belongings. Until my son turns 18, it will be in my trust. If I pass before that, my parents will take care of it. They don't know this. So the son is not getting anything. So you already know what color these people are.
Yeah.
Based on their level of detail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
So the mother-in-law just got sick. This is a real blog, by the way. The mother-in-law just got sick. The son came and begged for forgiveness. The mistress started being nice. Before, she used to call the mother-in-law horrible names, start fights with her, and be extremely rude to her. Because she is sick, the mistress has been overheard talking about what she wants to do with the house when the mother-in-law dies. Now they praying for the mother-in-law not to die. Ain't nobody said she's dying. She's just sick. She's been making plans about what she wants to do with the money, so on and so forth. And so people told her she was being mean. She's supposed to tell the mother-in-law to give money to the other baby too. And she said, that's not my problem. She said, I already told you. That baby got a daddy and mine got grandparents. You chose who you wanted, and I can't make her do anything. Here's the plot twist. The mother is a victim, victim of her father leaving and only dealing with the mistress and the mistress's kids, and left her mother and her siblings to fend for themselves. She cannot forgive her son because he's still doing it. And the mistress is extremely disrespectful. She has done all these things and she's only being nice because the money. He's not with a good person. So she's not changing anything. She's not letting up off of shit. What would you do if you was the son?
If I was the son? If I was his son?
If you was the mother-in-law's son, the husband.
The one that's fucking up.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't, if I was him, I mean, it's hard to think because I wouldn't even find myself in that position. You know, as a man, you know, of course, you know, men fuck up, they do shit, you know, you end up having, let's say I did have a baby outside of my marriage or outside of my deep relationship. There's no way that I could stop dealing with my child, like, period, first of all. I can't see myself just, and so many men have a problem and a tendency to do this. They have a baby with a woman and claim she's crazy and this all these other great things, which she might be and she might not be. But they use that as a reason to not want to deal with the child because the woman supposedly makes it so hard and difficult. So they're gonna start another relationship and say, fuck that child and fuck that. I've heard men say this, and I'm just like, what type of fucking mentality is that? So, you know, him forsaking and then knowing that happened to his mother, right? That happened to his mom by his father.
And your wife was 2 months pregnant. You was already cheating on her and actively trying to have a baby with her.
Right. So that right there, it's like, bro, like, okay, like, men, okay, you like a lot of flavors. You like Baskin-Robbins because they got 31 flavors. Okay, but you ain't gotta try to make vanilla your main flavor, your only flavor when you know you like 31. So you up here putting, you know, babies in an oven. You putting food in the oven in one, and then you're cheating and trying to have a baby with another. Like, nigga, like, what the? I'll just be, it's that whole mentality and those tendencies that men have is hard, very, very difficult for me to comprehend because I just don't get it. I don't have, that's just goofy to me. It's beyond goofy, like beyond it being scandalous. You know what I'm saying? Your wife is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Carrying your child. First of all, okay.
Church finger. Called pick me.
Yeah. Is that
pick me?
You know what I'm saying? Like
the crazy mistress also, when the wife had a miscarriage, sent her a package that included her sonogram. She made an invitation on social media to her baby shower, tagged the mistress. She did a whole bunch of taunting things to this woman. This woman could have committed unaliving herself because she lost her baby. She sent her all of this stuff, tagging her on social media. So she antagonizes people, apparently. That's more than antagonize. That's evil. I would never think, of whatever. She sent her sonogram pictures like, my baby's alive, but yours is not.
See, that's in again, that's completely bananas. Okay, just I had a thought on that. Do you think in some of these situations that the men play a part in this part? Because what he could be telling her anything, like, oh, this bitch did this, she did that, she was so horrible, she tried to kill me. I mean, anything. Like, that's cruel no matter what. I couldn't see myself stepping up to that level of cruelty anyway. But when you I think the man perpetuates it. I mean, he causes it. He she did this, she did that, this bitch that, and then she's just like, oh yeah, we gonna get her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't you think
But I
the
got
men?
a question.
Mhm.
That's his baby too that was lost. So all the mean stuff she doing it to the grandmother because that, or the mother-in-law because that was her grandchild.
Right.
Him because that was your baby too. Like, you just let this bitch just.
He's joining. That's what I'm saying. He's joining in on a party. He's not being victimized. He's doing it to. So to me, like, if you messing with her and that's your baby and you care about it, okay, you don't care about your wife, but you care
Okay.
about your mother. You care about your mother. You care about yourself. He has to be doing it. Like, he got to be part of it. Otherwise, he'd be like, no, that's going too damn far. That was my child. No, you're not about to do that because that was my child. Apparently,
And leave her alone because she got to take care of my child that I'm leaving to come be with you.
he don't give a shit.
He
Like, he's
didn't.
causing all this. Like, he could stop this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
definitely could stop this. Like, she's probably on what he's on. You know, he's probably intentionally trying to hurt that lady and using her as a pawn to hurt the lady. Like, it looks like he's using her to hurt the lady. Like, and it's weird because when you have things that happen to you for some reason, and or let's say you're a guy in that situation, it happened to your mother, you know, most of the time we look at that and be like, well, if it happened to you, you should definitely want to make sure it don't happen to your child. It seems like either maybe he's oblivious to what happened to his mother or in denial about what happened to his mother, or just flat out, because to be flat out that mean and cruel and non-thoughtful about, oh shit, this is what my mom's went through. Like, when you don't have that in your blood, like, it's certain things that, you know, certain things that I felt that I was missing as a kid. And this is no knock on my parents, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They did the best they could.
We
But
all have things missing.
yeah, so, but on purpose, intentionally, I try to fill those things in with my children. Like, okay, I didn't receive this. Let me, that happened to me, so I don't want that to happen to my child. Like, that's an
Right.
automatic thing with normal people with normal brains. But it
Right.
seems these motherfuckers get the shit done to them and then want to pass it down to the kid. Like, how do you do that?
Times 10.
Times 10.
Like, I'ma really do this shit.
I'm gonna show you how to really do it. You did it wrong, mama. I'm gonna one up you, dad. I'm gonna run up your ass. I'm gonna one up you.
Y'all struggle. We really gonna struggle. Our struggle story is gonna be better.
It's gonna be better. Shit. I'm gonna diss that bitch. Shit. I'm a taunt her. I'm gonna make her go crazy. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is wrong with these motherfuckers?
And then for people to be on social media telling her she's the one that should be telling the mother-in-law, you want me to go. See, that's why people end up saying stuff like fuck them kids. Because I'm really saying it to you because you're stupid.
Right.
You think that you, as the mistress, you really think that mistress has the right to talk to the wife and say, well, you should do this. Bitch, fuck your kid. And here's the interesting, if something were to happen to the kid or they need food, I'm going to tend to the kid. But as far as you, I want you to hurt how I hurt. Fuck your kid. If it's between my feelings and your kid, fuck your kid. Why wouldn't I? You didn't give a damn about me. I'm a whole human being too. You're going out of your way to hurt me and then telling me I should not only not unalive you, I should also bow down to your fucking kid. That's an infant. By the time I catch up to me in my brain, the kid will be fine. Either way, how dare you have the audacity to tell me what I should be doing? Because if you did what you should be doing, we wouldn't be here right now.
Facts.
How about that?
Big facts.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You?
How dare you? And you were the wrong one to begin with. Like,
and then kept it going.
kept it going. I mean, just having him cheat on his wife, like when you're a willing participant of
Adultery.
adultery on the other side, like, you know, you are the one that the person is cheating with, you're willingly participating in that. So you know what you're doing consciously.
In the Bible, if you cheat, both of you have committed adultery.
Yeah.
The husband or the wife don't get more. Y'all both equally accountable. God didn't say, well, you're the one that took the vows, because if that's the case, why would he say do unto your brothers? You would want them to do. Y'all say some goofy ass shit. Well, they're not the one that's married. They didn't take the vows, but you said you're a Christian. If you say you're a Christian, you committed adultery too.
You're literally breaking up a home, and it don't matter if it's a happy home. It's a united home by God. So that's a united home by God, and you're willingly participating in you know, helping break up this home, and you have the nerve to want to be mad at the person who's in the right and you're clearly in the wrong. Like, I do not understand when it comes to the kids. I mean, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody is in a situation like this, and I never understood it being so close to the situation. The one girl, you know, was and both girls are pretty solid, but one girl is the one that had the baby, you know, with the man that was in the relationship, and, you know, wanted to insult. Like, it was just, I just don't, I'm like, man, you can't be mad. You were the one that, you know, interrupted their home. Like, how are you gonna sit up here and be mad and be talking shit when you were the one that interrupted their home? You know what I'm saying? And I just wish, I mean, I'm so happy. I thank God that I don't have that ability, or never had that willingness to do that.
Hurt somebody like that?
Yeah, man. Like
I can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't be having babies with two people at one time. You know, one baby is hard enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, having a baby with this girl, she pregnant. Okay, fuck her. I'm about to go get me a new girl and get her pregnant too. Huh? Like, what? What?
I was telling somebody, so somebody that I know had their family, but then they messed up and they had other children, and they had a couple of them. But my so I was pro-wife. Of course I'm pro-wife, because for this particular situation, the other women knew about the wife. So to me, if I know what the job entails, then I know what the job description looks like. I know that if I'm dealing with somebody else's husband or wife, that I never want to have Sunday dinner. I don't want my child to get a bedtime story read to them. I don't want to be on family vacations. I let all that go because I want it to be the side piece. And this person has a family. To your point, whether it's happy or not, you don't get to determine if it's happy, because your fucking kids ain't happy with you every day, but I don't see you go drop them off at the fire station. Again, dumb shit people say. You're not happy with your fucking self every day, but you don't unalive yourself.
Right.
It's not reality. You work it out. But if somebody comes in the middle of you being dissatisfied and offers you to just get out of it for that moment, you're going to do it. Most people will, that don't really have good morals or values or no discipline. Either way, you contributed. When you did that, you said, I don't want a husband, because that person's already a husband. You said, I don't want a wife, because that person's already a wife. So you wanted whatever could happen in the interim. So I told this person, I said, well, I just think that the way that the wife should be handled should be, the wife is never going to come off of a pedestal for me, because the wife is first. And I said, as hard as this sounds, I personally don't give a fuck what nobody says. And no, this is not my situation. I just feel strongly about this particular topic. If that family is having anything and it's on a day, let's say it's Easter, there he's with his family. You over here with your child. You don't get to call him over there any part of that day.
Right.
But what can happen What you can't do, because that wife didn't do shit to you. That man gets to live his damn life. If it's the Easter that you have the kids, then you deal with your child. You enjoy your child, excuse me. You enjoy your child, and he's with his family. Now, if it's his turn, the kids come with them, and the wife should act accordingly. And you don't get to intervene. But you signed up for division. You didn't sign up for equal. You signed up for division. Unfortunately, your child will not have what the primary home has. It's just not reality, because that man will go to bed there every night. The other kids can go into their parents' room and say, I want to read a bedtime story. But you can do things like say, every night I want to read to my kids, so everybody get on Zoom. But they won't feel your heartbeat. It's things that you volunteered to have a piece of. And I don't feel that the wife should feel bad about anything. And unfortunately, women, that's why I put more accountability on you. You signed up for that for your child, because that man is going to be at home or wherever he is. But the reality is, his choices are greater than your choices. To your point, like you said, the woman is the one there with that baby, but that man could go do anything he want to do. And what can you really do? You can get child support, but you can't force somebody to properly love, properly give time. And when they got kids like Nick Cannon, same age, okay, if they all get a flat tire, where you going? If they all go to different schools and got graduation, which one you going to?
Who you choosing?
Do people think about this shit?
Nope. They don't.
Because it's selfish. That kid got to go through that.
Selfish as fuck. Like men, for some reason, and the men that think they're doing a big one, they think that, oh, I'm sending money, so I'm doing my job. Like, nigga, that's only a small percentage.
I'd rather time than money. So, most part.
Like, money?
Unless I'm starving.
You think you doing something because you sending money, which is more than likely not enough anyway? Like, I don't know if you've seen that interview yet with the Shannon Sharp, Club Shay, his podcast. He interviewed Country Wayne. You know Country Wayne, right?
I heard,
Yeah, Country Wayne, he got like...
He had 7 by the time he was 18 or some weird mess like that.
With like 5 or 6 baby mamas. He has a lot of baby mamas. And okay, that's raggedy, but I respected how he, at least the way he was thinking about the money part. So he was like, I forgot exactly what he said, but basically the base of what he was saying.
It was like $7,000 a month, but it's not just for the babies, it's also to help with the baby mamas. Too. So he thought that out.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of credit, because he had a lot of kids very young, is what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah. And for the money, at least for the money part, he was like, he realized that the money that he was given wasn't enough. He like, that ain't enough. Like, they need more than that. The mama is taking care of her by herself. Yes, part of my job is to make sure she good too. So I think he said that how his monthly price to take care of his monthly expenses, just for all his baby mamas and kids is
was it
$100,000 a month. He shells out $100,000.
Oh, I didn't hear the other part. It started at 7,000 or something like that.
No,
I remember they said it was low. Okay. Well, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that was low, because if you give me $7,000 a month, that's not low.
Man,
what I'm saying is, for that amount of kids, considering what he does, he considered it low and increased it.
Yes, all his baby
based on his own assessment.
Yes, all his baby mamas got houses. They're all well taken care of, and he counts that as a bill. So I think he said his lifestyle to maintain his style is $100,000, another $100,000 on his family, meaning his mom, his pops, maybe his siblings or whatever, and $100,000 for his kids and baby mamas. He spreads $100,000 a month out amongst his 4 or 5 baby mamas, whoever it is, which is roughly around $25,000 a month. And like, I commend him for thinking about, okay, that little $4,000 or $5,000 I was given, that wasn't enough. That's not enough. It's simply not enough. So that's the start. I know you're not God. You can't be omnipresent. You can't be in 5 households at once.
At least he's doing something.
You feel
I don't want to reduce that. I hate it. Yeah. I don't like, at least he's doing something. I commend him for continuously seeking opportunities to get better and apply what he is learning. Because that's what it is. Because you took the time to go back and think about that.
Yes.
I think that's amazing. I respect the shit out of that. I do. Yes. I've never dated anybody that doesn't have kids, but my spouse has 2 sons, and no matter how I feel about the baby mamas, and I didn't say if I feel one way or the other, if we were in a position, I would say it's about being realistic. If you are in a position to do certain things, I think that you should do it. I do. If you are making 6 figures, because in the Black community, that's going to be our downfall. Because as soon as, you make 6 figures, well, you need to give me this, you need to give me this, you need to give me this. First of all, 6 figures ain't shit. It's not shit. And I mean this from the most painful part of my body. It ain't shit. That is not a flex. That is a realization. It ain't shit. After you're done paying your rent or mortgage, I'm talking about real stuff. Car note, insurance, gas, lights,
utilities, food.
And I don't even have cable.
Right.
Each bill looks like a car note these days. I'm just going to throw that out there. The shit is hard. And then you throw in daycare. And again, if you are not in the home, there are certain things you won't have. Even if you're the baby mama and then he goes on and gets married, the same way, if he's the baby daddy and you move forward and get married, you will now have 2 incomes in your household. So things will be different. They will be different. And if you expect that new person to stop looking out for their child to then help with your child, you're out of your fucking mind, because then that means 6 or 7 primary adults is looking out for y'all child, but 2 is looking out for mine.
Right.
Either we all put the shit in the pot together and do it that way, and we got to have the same amount of kids, which means when I need a babysitter, you need to babysit.
Facts.
Okay. When we do a carpool, because it needs to be fair. Otherwise, the things that you guys are asking for don't make sense. Even down to, you knew you had these kids, then go to court and get it done the right way. Get it split down the middle, where it's a week, however you do it. But you cannot expect a family, the benefits of a family and a family lifestyle, when you are family, but you're not a family. There's a difference. Expectations need to start getting real so that you can not be so bitter. You can get things out of your head that don't exist. Now, if the person win the lotto, don't you think if you act like you got some sense on either side, that person will take care of you? Or like if it's certain lawsuits that come about, then when the lawsuit
woo, you're a fool.
if an uncle leaves you money, yeah. So let's just be honest. That shit will probably never really happen. I've been really nice to Uncle Donald because he didn't have no girls. So I'm his daughter. And Sonny, she didn't have no kids. So I'm like her daughter. And Uncle Ronald had a daughter, but Uncle Donald's a multimillionaire. I just realized that I have not been asking for enough. Speaking of reality.
No,
he's a coach.
Let me have a rich uncle.
I have never asked my uncle for anything.
Shit, you nice as hell.
I've never asked him for nothing.
My mama brother or my daddy brother. Shit, let me find one of you motherfuckers is rich.
He's not. Look, multi-million dollars ain't nothing no more, because one house in Compton is 1.5. Shit, like
in California.
I don't ask because he got a wife that's at home mom. The kids is out of school now, but she's still an at-home mom. Now she's retired. She gets to travel with him everywhere. The kids is in college. That's his money. I don't ask him for nothing. No.
I mean, what does multi-millionaire mean? Are we talking about, you know, 2 mil? Or are we talking about 40 mil? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? Because, you know, I understand
He's
having
a
a family.
multimillionaire.
If you up there, that you know, you still you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like you
I don't like to count people's money. Maybe you don't have it.
shit. I
I
mean,
don't know. But
I don't
I am of the strong belief, like I said, that if I do need something,
that you can
I
go.
could go to him for anything. And it's because I don't ask for nothing. Yeah.
Right. I mean, luckily you don't have to. You know, you stand on business, you take care of yourself very well. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to. Just in the
Who said that?
I'm sorry, I'm talking about as far as having a career.
Sell my body. If I sell my virginity one more time, I'm definitely gonna get sued for false advertisement.
I'm trying to sell mine too. Where you selling that shit?
I can't get past the thought of it, so I'm in the beginning stages now.
I'm trying to join the team. Shit, let me sell too.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh my gosh.
I'm for sale. Who want to buy? Shit.
Oh my gosh. No, you're not. So, anywho, think about things that logically make sense. Because that woman at our grown age, if you didn't hear it at the beginning, go back to the beginning and hear the answer the mother gave of the daughter is suing her for not telling her who her father was or whatever. And the judge asked about paternity and she talked about breaking the bed. That's how she knows.
I don't even make no man. She must have been high or something. She probably was on some coke because
She have to. Did you hear her speech? It was like a little
cokish. It was a little cokish. Like she snorted a little some, you know, before she went to that courtroom because she sounded stupid. Like
yeah.
what does that got to do with getting pregnant, nigga? Like how being able to tell that you're pregnant by breaking the fucking bed?
She's still bragging about having sex.
And you're 90. You still bragging about having sex in your 90-year-old age. Like no one wants to hear that from your 90-year-old ass, okay? All we can see is you being 90 when you say that. And all we can have that visual of your 90-year-old ass on a bread breaking beds. You shouldn't be breaking beds, okay? Only thing you should be breaking is fucking glasses.
Generational curses. That's what you should be breaking.
Hello. Generational curses. That's all you need to be concerned about breaking on no goddamn bed.
Oh, Jesus and Jerusalem. So
all of them.
And the Latter-day Saints.
And Peter and them.
Yeah.
All of them.
I don't know. I gotta call Medea. We need to talk about this. That just gave me a headache. Like, is something wrong with her? So, in the case of paternity, number one, I think they should start giving it as a part of the birth package, testing process, as a part of the birthing process. So just like you sign a birth certificate, I think that when you go in, you should be able to get the test to see whose baby it is. That way, when you sign the birth certificate, the father knows for sure, just like the mother knows for sure, is solid and it is written from the beginning. And that way, that's saying mama's baby, daddy's maybe could go away. All of these people that's saying, I didn't sign the birth certificate, all of this stuff, everything could just be taken care of all at once. And then it will eliminate those arguments. Then you could, I guess, hold people accountable from there for, I don't know.
That whole part. If we can sit up here and think of this on the fly, like I know the motherfuckers that's in charge of this shit can think of something like this too. Like why isn't this changed? Why you know what I'm saying? Like we saying this shit on the spot that you just freestyle the solution. Like y'all motherfuckers got, you know, have meetings about this shit in fucking town halls and in you guys have time to think about these laws when you're creating them, and you guys have these stupid ass twisted ass laws. Like it makes me think that they're done on purpose like this to keep confusion going.
I think they are. I wonder what's the biggest population of when the tests come in, who takes them the most. I could look it up and I'll give that information on the next show. But yeah, that's it for me. It's a very simple solution to me, covered by medical. And if we can do, oh, I'll end with this. If we can approve things like medical insurance for illegal immigrants, illegal should be in jail, then I don't understand how we can not take care of things that we need to take care of for us. Because guess what? When they get put on the system and y'all want to go find the dad so he could pay you back because you really just want to put him in jail, you offer paternity tests then free of charge. So how come you just don't do it on the front end, make it a part of the birthing process? I mean, if you could pay for people to change their body parts because they feel that they should be changed, I feel like a child should know who their parents are from the very beginning, because the downward spiral of medical things alone that could happen, homes that is ruining, marriages that is ruining, other kids that is hurting. You know, that's not your brother anymore. Now I'm going to take him away. People think about these things. I think that should be taken care of. I think that's a bigger priority.
Facts. I agree. 100%.
So that's it for my saying. That's it. That's all I got. So my brothers can close out the show and then we out.
Well, yeah, I will say once again, I wish, I know we don't have the influence or maybe the power to reach these people, but please, like, these laws got to change, man, because people got to be held accountable and held to higher standards when it comes to dealing with children and dealing with marriages and stuff like that. Like, people, y'all got to have some better morals out there, man. Like, come on, man. Like, leave folks alone. Leave married folks alone. Leave folks alone who got families. Stop. Like, there's other coochie and dick out there. There's that galore in the world. So let's go get our own, okay? Let's go get our own. All right, leave people alone and take accountability for yourselves, men and women. You know what I'm saying? Just stop pointing the finger and look at yourself and stop the fuckery. So make sure y'all join us for next week. Like, subscribe, and share. And thank y'all for watching us tonight. And we are out.
Tonight.